1. When designing a training program for LASD recruits, which principle best supports adult learning? A. Passive lecture delivery. B. Involving learners in problem solving. C. Memorization of procedures only. Avoiding feedback to reduce stress. 2. During a firearms training evaluation, which method ensures the most valid measurement of skill mastery? A. Written multiple choice exam. B. Supervisor's informal observation. C. Standardized live fire performance test. D. Peer self-assessment. 3. In curriculum development for LASD Academy courses, which step is most essential for aligning learning outcomes with operational needs? A. Collecting feedback from recruits only. B. Conducting a needs assessment of field operations. C. Randomly selecting training objectives. D. Relying exclusively on past curriculum. 4. Which communication technique is most effective for a field training officer mentoring a new deputy? A. One-way directives. B. Active listening and reflective feedback. C. Withholding feedback until the end of probation. D. Relying solely on written notes. 5. In regulatory compliance training, which approach ensures deputies internalize policy changes? A. Reading aloud from the policy manual. B. Scenario-based application of policy. C. Ignoring older policies. D. Testing only on definitions. 6. When mentoring LASD staff, what is the most effective strategy for long-term retention of knowledge? A. Continuous coaching with practical applications. B. Giving recruits thick binders of rules. Avoiding repetition of content. D. Assuming all staff learn at the same pace. 7. What evaluation tool best measures a deputy's decision-making in use of force scenarios? A. Role-play assessment. E. Attendance records. C. Peer popularity surveys. D. Written summary of policy. 8. Which of the following demonstrates effective curriculum sequencing in an LASD tactical training course? A. Starting with advanced hostage scenarios. B. Teaching foundational skills before complex applications. C. Skipping basic procedures to save time. E. Testing before instruction. 9. How should a trainer address diverse learning styles among LASD recruits? A. Deliver only written material. E. Incorporate visual, auditory, and kinesthetic activities. C. Allow recruits to select only what interests them. D. Avoid hands-on exercises. 10. When evaluating communication during high-stress LASD operations, which factor is most important? A. Length of the briefing. B. Clarity and accuracy of transmitted information. C. Use of complex vocabulary. D. Avoiding radio communication altogether. 11. What is the primary purpose of formative evaluation in LASD training? A. To provide mid-course feedback for improvement. B. To certify final competence. C. To rank recruits. D. To compare LASD with other agencies. 12. Which mentoring approach fosters accountability among deputies? A. Ignoring mistakes to boost confidence. B. Providing constructive feedback tied to performance goals. C. Allowing unlimited attempts without review. D. Criticizing in front of peers. 13. In curriculum development, which is the best practice for ensuring regulatory compliance content remains current? A. Updating modules only after complaints. B. Annual review aligned with new statutes. C. Removing older references without replacement. D. Avoiding policy updates and training. 14. Which evaluation method best tests the critical thinking skills of LASD recruits? A. Multiple choice recall tests. B. Scenario-based assessments. C. Counting attendance hours. D. Memorizing penal codes. 15. What strategy best supports adult learners in mastering investigative interviewing? A. Memorizing scripted questions. B. Practicing interviews with feedback. C. Reading case law only. D. Avoiding role play. 16. Which mentoring practice is most effective for supporting career progression in LASD? A. Assigning increasing responsibility with guided feedback. B. Limiting deputies to the same tasks. Avoiding feedback on errors. D. Providing mentorship only at promotion time. 17. When delivering compliance training, what ensures deputies understand the consequences of non-compliance? A. Sharing case studies of real incidents. B. Ignoring misconduct examples. C. Providing definitions only. D. Testing without explanations. 18. Which instructional strategy best addresses adult learners' need for relevance? A. Linking training content to real-world law enforcement tasks. B. Teaching abstract theories without application. C. Using only memorization drills. D. Avoiding practical examples. 19. Which evaluation tool provides the most reliable data for curriculum improvement? A. Exit surveys from trainees. B. Anecdotal notes from one trainer. C. Informal conversations. D. Supervisor opinions only. 20. Which communication skill is critical during LASD crisis de-escalation? A. Use of empathetic language. B. Repeating orders loudly. C. Avoiding eye contact. D. Giving technical explanations. 21. In adult learning theory, why is self-directed learning valuable for LASD deputies? A. It increases motivation and accountability. B. It reduces the need for supervision. C. It guarantees mastery without oversight. It eliminates the role of trainers. 22. Which mentoring technique best ensures deputies develop ethical decision-making? A. Modeling integrity and explaining reasoning. B. Ignoring ethical dilemmas. C. Avoiding discussions about misconduct. D. Memorizing codes without reflection. 23. How should an LASD trainer evaluate the effectiveness of a new patrol tactics module? A. Measure trainee performance in simulated patrols. B. Track attendance only. C. Collect only written exams. D. Ask recruits if they enjoyed the class. 24. In curriculum development, which principle ensures skills transfer from classroom to field? A. Incorporating realistic practice scenarios. B. Avoiding simulations to save time. C. Limiting practice to lectures. D. Teaching without assessments. 25. Which method best supports deputies in mastering communication protocols during emergencies? A. Real-time radio drills with debriefing. B. Reading the manual only. C. Avoiding practice under stress. D. Testing without practice. 26. Which evaluation method best captures deputies' growth during training? A. Pre- and post-training assessments. B. End-of-course attendance count. C. Single quiz at the end. D. Peer popularity ranking. 27. In adult learning, what is the impact of immediate feedback? It reinforces learning and corrects errors quickly. B. It discourages learners. C. It has no measurable impact. D. It confuses recruits. 28. Which mentoring style is most effective for building confidence in field trainees? A. Supportive coaching with gradual challenges. B. Withholding feedback until the end. C. Criticizing in group settings. D. Ignoring progress until evaluation. 29. When delivering compliance training on evidence handling, which instructional approach is best? A. Hands-on practice with evidence protocols. B. Reading penal code sections aloud. C. Memorizing definitions only. D. Avoiding practical exercises. 30. Which principle ensures curriculum aligns with LASD's mission? A. Linking learning objectives to organizational goals. B. Focusing on unrelated theoretical topics. C. Ignoring field needs. D. Copying other agencies' training without adaptation. 31. Which evaluation tool is best for capturing long-term retention of LASD training content? A. Follow-up assessments after field deployment. B. Immediate recall quizzes. C. Attendance records. D. Peer reviews only. 32. In communication, which factor most impacts effectiveness during LASD briefings? A. Structure and clarity of message. B. Using long technical terms. C. Speaking rapidly. D. Avoiding questions. 33. Which adult learning principle is best applied in high-risk tactical training? A. Learning by doing under controlled conditions. B. Memorizing without practice. C. Avoiding realistic scenarios. D. Sole reliance on lectures.